There we go. Victoria Edwards there with You Ain't Never. So, Victoria, we've kicked the Big D out of the studio.
I know. How good is that?
Loving that. How good is that? The girls have taken over.
That's the way it should be, really.
But the problem is there's only 2 girls here. We've got 3 guys joining us, and we are talking about Penny Rides Shotgun. Joining us, we have Alan, Pete, and Troy. How you going?
You can call Alan Albie.
Albie.
Isn't he cute? He looks like an Albie.
Thank you.
They're all pretty cute.
There you go. So, guys, since we had you in last time, I know you've been doing some exciting stuff. Tell the guys out at home or what's been happening.
We've done a couple of shows since then.
Because this is Troy speaking right now.
Yeah, but good evening, everybody. But I guess the exciting thing for us is we've gotten into the studio down at Airlock Studios at Camp Mountain and recorded a few songs. So we've finally got a product for people to listen to, have a listen, and
we're going to try and get it out for Urban, weren't we? But you can't rush a good thing.
That's right. We did. We made all attempts to get it out for Urban, but unfortunately, with a decent studio, it wasn't as easy as just a phone call and jumping in there like we'd hoped.
It's more complex, isn't it, guys? How good is it to have the product, though, in your hot little hands?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's fantastic.
It's very good. Hi, I'm Albie, everyone.
G'day, Albie.
Sir Paul McCartney once said, at no time does time go quicker than when you're paying by the hour. And it's true when you're in a studio. It's if you're from a trade background where time is money and you see a studio hand just loitering around taking his time, you get really frustrated. But apart from that, we had a really good experience.
We had a great time.
It's interesting that you'd say that, actually, because you're so right. And when, for young people that are coming up and, doing what you're doing and actually getting some music out there, they really have to be prepared, don't they? You can't just go into a studio and sit there and write the song in the studio. You have to be ready to go and know exactly what's going on. Did you find that process was really good, getting it all set together?
Yeah, it was. And it's funny you say that, because we went into the studio thinking that we were 100% ready, and I'd say we were about 90% ready, really, by the time we got in there. And even listening back, there were, I guess next time we'd learn a lot from it as well. So next time we'd certainly do a bit more work before we get into the studio with getting things.
Did you have a producer that helped you do all your arrangements?
No.
No, we pretty much we really just had an engineer. Sound recording engineer in there.
Yeah. Can I recommend
buttons.
Can I recommend get a producer next time as well? I mean, it's fantastic, but get a producer, because it just takes all the fear and all that worry out, because then somebody else is saying, this is what we want, and they know exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And you get the product, and so it
is a good idea.
Little tip, the Victoria Edwards tip for the day.
Definitely noted.
I like Pete. He's very quiet. He's a big, strong, silent type. What's going on, Pete?
No, I was just agreeing with what Troy's saying too. We managed to get 3 songs in where they were telling us we'd probably only get 2 in. So I think we were pretty well prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, just sort of segmenting the songs a bit more in terms of how they'd go down from a recording perspective is probably what we've learnt most, I reckon, out of the process, rather than just saying, look, we know the songs, we play them live, we're in a jam room, we're nailing it. But understanding how to segment what we play to get the best sound recorded is probably our biggest lesson, I reckon.
Yeah, cool.
And when you first heard them back, like when I know a lot of people, when they hear their own voice back, they go, oh, no, that's flat, or oh, I've missed that bass run, or sorry about that, Albie. But do you know what I mean? Like, is there something there where you felt that you were maybe being a little bit too picky, or you weren't picky enough?
Oh, I think as a vocalist, it's definitely always, I don't think you're ever 100% comfortable with hearing your own voice. I don't know, but Victoria, as a singer, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, for me, I mean, you do get used to your own voice, and you want other people to hear it, so you've got to kind of get to a point where you go, you know what, I have to do this, and this is my voice, and so you own it, no matter whether it's good or bad or what it's doing on the day. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You do have to sort of get to that point of, okay, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And you put it out. I mean, there's lots of singers out there. Some are fantastic and classically trained, and others are really mediocre, but they have great stage presence. And, you just got to work with what God gave you, and you guys are doing it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, look, I think we were all pretty satisfied with with the end product there, and I think there's always that danger of overdoing things. You know, if you just continually do stuff to get it perfect, you lose that energy that you start off with.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you're working with the Big D. You can get him to do it over and over and over, but, it's never going to get any better, is it?
No. Well, I'll tell you what we might do. How about we go to the first track, Hold a Hand to Hold. Do you want to just give it don't give us too much away, but there you go, Pete. It's all been pointed to you. This is where the voice man comes in.
Who wrote it?
Yes, I wrote it, but we all sort of, I suppose we're a collaborative band in terms of what we all bring to the songs to give it a bit of colour and a bit of edge. So the song's really just about going after, what it is you want in life, not being afraid of that, and following your dreams. And there'll always be someone who sort of is already there or shares that passion who'll give you a helping hand or someone in your life. So.
Fantastic.
Well, there we go. Penny Rose Shotgun live in studio with our guest host, Victoria Edwards. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And Hand to Hold. So I tell you what, we've given that one a thumbs up, boys.
Yep. All 2 thumbs up from
Thank
me.
you.
High rotation.
High rotation. Gee, they're good, aren't they, hey?
Well, I mean, my song's going to be on high rotation. Yours, sorry. No, it's absolutely fantastic. I think you deserve a high rotation.
So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Spin on that.
And look, Victoria's got the hard questions here, and we're talking about the good things now. So this is the second, we're going to say can't say second single, can we?
Second release, maybe, or second track on the album.
There we go.
We don't know what order they're in, but it's the second one we chose.
Yeah. All right.
So good things. Now, is it good things as in go you good thing, or as in mittens and kittens and brown paper packages tied up with string?
I think maybe the latter.
Say that again.
Mittens and kittens and brown paper packages tied up with string?
Well done.
Is it
Very
raindrops and teardrops or dewdrops or something?
What did you say it was, Albie?
Doggy dishwater. I think it's when you least expect it, when you're feeling down, sometimes really good things happen. So it's a cheerful little tune, but it's got a great little
Nice little
underlying
hook.
message to it, yeah.
I think that's what I'm liking about your music so far tonight, guys, is that, like myself, optimistic country. It's no longer about the ute breaking down and the dog dying and the wife taking off with the next door neighbour, and it's not like that anymore. Is it?
Rum.
Yeah,
Yep.
Optimistic country.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But optimistic
Everything
country,
in
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, look, I think there's plenty of negative out there everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that none of our songs have a negative theme, because I guess there's a bit of light and shade everywhere. But yeah, it's nice to have those songs that, and it's good things. Every time I sing that song, it literally puts a smile on my face. It's one of those songs. It's a bit of a feel-good song.
It's cool. It puts it out in the universe, hey. So the more you sing it, the more people buy it and play it on their own iTunes, all that sort of stuff, the more good things will happen.
That's right.
I reckon you're just telling the universe.
And
That's
it is
the
a positive thing. 'Cause today's, have a look at in today's society, everything's like doom and gloom. You turn the news on and it's doom, it's gloom. And it's nice to know that people are out there going, there are good things out there. How about we more focus on that instead of focusing on the bad
That's
things?
exactly right. I think the world would be a better place right now if people started to find some positives.
Oh, I
as
so want to
opposed
hold your hand, Troy.
constant negative.
Oh,
Can we hold hands now?
That should be the segue to the first song.
Wait a minute, I have the female version of the Big D with me. What's the difference there?
Hey, settle down. Be nice.
Oh, yeah, but there'd be nothing but you in the studio.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
the third one. Oh, here we go. Oh, geez. Let's get
Now, can I ask who wrote this one? Is it a collaboration again?
It's Pete's song again.
Hey, you're the man.
He is the man. The first
he-
time I heard this, I just thought, what an amazing tune. And
That's cool,
yeah,
Albie.
you can't help feeling good when you hear it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
All
So-
three songs. So I was just going to say, all three are Pete's songs, and we all write. We all do a bit of writing, but Pete probably writes our favourite stuff.
He's the benchmark.
We have a songbook here, and then we have Pete's songbook, and we sort of take it to this side.
That's right.
We're not bitter, though.
That's a good song, actually, but I'm not bitter. But that's pretty cool, Pete. And I love the way that, Pete, you are writing the songs, but as you were saying before, Albie, that it is a collaboration, and it's nice to be able to bring something new, because, I mean, it's very scary when you bring a song that you've written to your band. I know this for a fact, that you bring it and you think, oh gosh, are they going to like it or not? Are they going to laugh at me? So, what's it like when you bring a song to the guys?
Oh, look, you can sort of tell, I think, as soon as you write something that it's got some legs. And really, the collaborative side of it is that when we bring it to the band, and when I bring something to the band, it's what Troy does with his phrasing that's a little different to how I sort of initially put it down, and what Albie brings and what Yorkie brings as a guitarist to to sort of bring that light and shade into the song, and gives it a whole new feel. And same with Tommy too. He sort of brought a new life into our songs too with his drum playing. So it was from a whole band perspective, it's not we're not sort of directing what everyone's going to do individually. It's just a good band of musos who know their thing. So.
And that's the thing, when they know what they're doing. There's nothing worse than trying to play with some band members and they kind of just don't get what you're saying. But that's obviously it's working. Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you're writing a song, Pete, we've actually I think we asked this question to Alan Caswell a little while back. When you're writing a song, it's so different, I think maybe for Alan, because he'll write for a man, he'll write for a woman, he'll write for a teenager, he'll write for movie scripts and all that sort of stuff. So when you're writing, are you writing with in mind, okay, a male front is going to be singing this one, our band's going to do this one, so do you try and do it around that, or you just go, no, this is good whether... What's in your
it's probably more, in terms of song style or how I'm putting together, it's more... What I like, I suppose, and what I'm comfortable with myself. And I suppose Troy and I have sort of been playing together long enough that I know that if I'm feeling pretty good about how something's feeling, and as a vocal track, that Troy will probably feel the same way too, and get a similar vibe. So it's not so much whether it's a male or female. It's I actually find lyrically probably the most challenging part. I sort of write songs more from chords and a melody, and then I get that down, I get a chorus, and then I sort of do the verses last pretty much.
Okay. So, and what about you, Victoria? Do you find that same thing, like when you're writing, are you writing for yourself to sing, or are you writing for what you think that the public would like to hear?
No, I pretty much write for myself. Yeah. I do write for myself, but because like my album's called Authentic, so really a lot of my songs come from things that have happened to me, or things that I've seen. It's not always about me, but things that I've seen, and you draw inspiration from the weirdest places. Like you ain't never not going to get None of My Love No More. But then these guys are writing from their inspiration, and I guess it's what's around you, and sometimes I start with the lyric, the chords, or I'll sit at the piano. So I guess it just depends on the day, the weather.
Yeah, so it is very different, isn't it? But what I'm getting sort of like from you guys is that you want to do your own thing, and you are authentic, I suppose you could sort of put it that way. You are.
You can share that
name. We are, and this is what we want to be. We don't want to be that person. We want to be. We're Penny Ride Shotgun. That's who we are.
Yeah, that's really the way it is, and it's. Hopefully people like it, because I think the public are smarter than you think. We can try and be. I can't think of anyone offhand. Look,
there's no point in pretending to be somebody else,
right.
is there?
And they're onto you.
Yeah.
They might enjoy your first a song or two, but it doesn't. I think honesty is always going to win through. Always going to sell.
And that's probably one of the biggest things that our listeners would know. That one thing that I really, push upon, Willie Nelson's voice. That's Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Don't sound like Willie Nelson. That's Casey Chambers. Don't sound like Casey. Let's hear you. Let's hear the true person. And I think that's what we're finding here. So that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I
need to know. Do you want to go to the song first? I've got another question for after the song.
Okay, here it is, and here's Good Things. And we are back 101.5 FM live in studio. Victoria Edwards is our co-host. We might get the Big D back in a minute.
I think we should.
The poor little fella's out there feeling all low.
Bring him in. He's got his face up against the window.
He's out there with Joe. Joe's one of the groupies from the band.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
See, they even bring their own groupies along.
I know, I'm so jealous. Joe, can you be my groupie?
And Penny Rides Shotgun. Now, you have a question for these boys.
Well, I love the name of the band, Penny Rides Shotgun. It's so country, it's so cool. How did you guys come up with it? Oh, they're passing the mic around.
Oh, geez, okay.
All right, Pete.
So, Albie and I were doing a bunch of texts to one another just to try and come up with some cool band names, and they were all just rubbish band
Like
names.
what? Give us some of the rubbish
Oh.
ones.
Yeah.
I wish I...
Yeah. The benign syphilis tumours was one of them. just ridiculous words put
Were you
together.
guys Googling band name
BSTs?
generator kind of stuff? Or
Not really.
So you've gone from the BSTs to the PRSs. Yeah, lucky it wasn't the PMSs.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes, thank
That was
goodness.
probably in there.
Yeah,
There's a good
exactly.
chance.
So how did you come up with Penny Ride's Shotgun, though?
Yeah, well, it's actually Joe who's outside here. So
The groupie?
he's
She's
Albie's wife.
gorgeous. That's great.
Yeah, so she came up with an awesome idea, and initially it was Betty Ride Shotgun, and we all sort of thought, oh, Betty, we don't know if that's sort of the right sound, and then we sort of threw a few names around, and I said, well, my wife's Penny Ride Shotgun. Penny is a pretty cool name. It sort of rolls off the tongue, and we thought, yeah, why not? So every
Yeah,
time
and I
we
bet
play a
she
gig,
does ride shotgun in your home.
she does. Well,
Good.
actually, more than shotgun. She's calling the shots. So
She's calling the shots. I wrote a song called Calling the Shots, and that's great. Penny rides shotgun,
Yeah.
calling the shots. Fantastic.
exactly. So every time we're at a venue or something, the manager comes up and we say, "Oh, this is my wife, Penny." So I say, "You're Penny," and yeah, she loves that. She loves it.
Yeah, I bet she does. So who wears the pants in the family? Does she allow you to wear the
Is
pants?
that really a question that needs to be asked?
Well, you know, sometimes the man wears the pants, sometimes the woman does. But you know, in my personal relationship, my husband wears the pants in the family. I just happen to choose the colour.
Colour in the
Or I sometimes say he's the head of the family, but I'm the neck.
Yes. Or the brains, you know.
Yeah, you know.
So, Penny Ride Shotgun, all the guys in the band, we all have partners, we're all...
Yeah, I'm a married man. Hang on.
All right. Well, Troy's out. Peter's
long time
out.
married.
Albie.
Albie's out.
I'm married.
Is there anybody not married?
That's his groupie. That's his
Oh,
wife,
Joe.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
batting well above my average.
So, is there
I know
anyone?
already.
Is there any? That's so nice to say. Is there anyone in the band that isn't attached?
No.
So all the girls are just going to
Oh,
be
wow.
so disappointed.
No, it makes it more of a challenge
It's
to the
just an
girls.
enormous
Oh.
challenge.
Bam!
Management told us not to tell anyone that we were married.
Who told you that?
Management.
Oh, well,
He's
sorry,
probably
I asked
married.
the wrong
He's
question.
probably married too.
You can always get around those
So we'll
sticky
edit that
questions.
bit out.
They've been outed right here.
They have. Oh no. Okay, so we've put the tracks down. They're all mastered, ready to go. I'm sitting at home. I've listened to the first 2 tracks, and I'm like, I need to get a hold of this so I can get this cranking in my car. Can people pre-order the EP?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. Look, at this stage, as I said, we literally picked this the mastered copy up last night. So
I know. How good are these boys?
I know.
from here.
Right here, first time
It's
aired.
hot.
This is
It's-
pretty
it's still
exclusive.
hot.
Yeah.
So I guess that's now that's our next step to put it online for people to purchase.
Have you got a website?
We do have a website.
What is your website?
pennyrideshotgun.com.
Yeah. www.
Okay, so and are you on Facebook as well?
Yes,
We're
we
on
are.
Okay,
Facebook.
so if people can go to Facebook, you're going to keep them updated, and as soon as it's available, you will tell us, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
They're on SoundCloud at the moment, so you can download them
that
from
one
there.
around a little bit as well, so we'll get it out there and say, right, get here and support these guys, because it's really hard and it's tough, and as I say a lot of the times too, I say, you know, it's not as easy as, hey, look, this guy's a singer, so he just lives on Easy Street, he's at home, doesn't have a 9-to-5 job, he just sits out, sings a couple of songs, whacks out some records. How easy is that? It really is not that easy, is it?
I'm sorry, I got stuck on where you said singer and Easy Street in the same sentence. What the heck?
Truly, when you sit at home,
It's an oxymoron.
Well, hello.
But a lot
Do you
of
mean
people-
Foxy Moron?
a lot of people see that, like, I'm not going to say you're a movie star or anything right now, but they see someone on a movie and think, that's it, they're done, they don't have to do anything else. You guys have an album, that's it, they're done, they don't have to do anything else. That is so wrong. So now what the people at home need to do is support the independent artists, get out there, buy the albums, go to the shows, get in things, do things like that. So that's
Yeah,
what we
that's
need to
Absolutely.
get
Just the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah,
It is,
really
and that's For sure, we need all the support we can get.
Yeah, and the support we're getting from you guys is just fantastic. So you supported us. I know. Yeah, so you supported us all the way through the Play the Main Stage comp and beyond now with our recording. So yeah, we're really appreciative of how you guys sort of support local original music too. So we wouldn't be where we are without your support.
Peter, have you guys been playing around local gigs and things like that as well before you did the main stage competition?
Yeah, we were playing probably more in the city, in the valley, at West End. We didn't really do, we haven't really done any other local gigs other than the Caboolture gigs. So these guys hadn't really heard of us actually when we first entered, and we were sort of in the last three. We came into the studio and Tracy said, look, we've heard of We the Ghosts and the other guys, but
which are a great band as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's absolutely fantastic. You kind of came out of the woods,
exactly.
back out of the city and back to the country.
Yeah, we learned some good lessons and we made some great contacts and some good friends, and that's what it's all about. So we've learned a lot, and from that we've decided to put the 3 tracks down, and here we are.
Yeah, it really was it gave us a real boost actually. When you realise people are interested and want to.
Yeah, it's nice to get that bit of momentum, isn't it?
It definitely gives you a bit of a kick in the bum, gets things rolling, gets things happening.
Absolutely.
Well, that's like when we first saw these guys, we never heard of Pennyroyde's Shotgun, and we're out here, actually out in Town Square, and it was the big thing to get onto the main stage out here, and we're thinking, oh, okay, next minute we hear this sound, and we've gone, okay, and the heads all turned, so it was quite surprising when, where have these guys been, who are these guys? So it was really pleasant to hear, wow, all of a sudden we've got this, and because, well, as I said, we claimed you as our Moreton Bay own band, so the Big D's in.
Apparently they're all moving to Moreton Bay now because they love it here. They think that's going to be...
Okay, as long as one of them's here, that's all. That's okay.
Or you can just do the long haul drive and just come on down. You get macaroons. You get macaroons when you visit, so they're great to pop in.
We're happy to visit any time at all.
Absolutely. So what's next for you guys? Once the music's out and you let everybody know on the website, have you got some gigs coming up, or are you working on that sort of thing, or more songs?
Well, I think a bit of everything. We've definitely we've gotten to a point now where we've got the hour and a quarter set. So we've been certainly chasing more work.
Yep.
But Pete's actually taking off over to Europe for a month, I think, next week. So hopefully that'll give us a bit of time to...
people that had Pennyroyde Shotgun booked, of course they won't be able to fulfil their duties. A bit of a shock to them.
Unless it's in Rome.
Hey, you could do a world tour.
We should have tagged along. I think Penny would pull out the shotgun if we actually turned up at the airport.
Imagine the songs that he's going to come home with, though. All the new experiences and the people watching that he'll be able to do. There's going to be some great songs that'll come out of this.
He'll probably wear calico pants once he's been on the beaches in Greece.
And sandals.
Over in France.
I love it. I can't wait to hear what comes out of that trip.
Awesome.
Could be trippy.
Yes, indeed it could. So we've got one more song for you guys to play. This is Nothing But You.
Oh, tell us a little bit about this one.
Oh, this is a little rocky number. Not as mellow as the last two.
Oh, you look excited about that.
I am excited. I like this because I got to play Hammond organ in the middle eight. So that was an experience.
That is so old school.
So you played bass and what other instruments?
When I was a kid, I learnt piano for a few years, but it was really uncool when I was a kid. Wish I kept it up. So I got to play piano on a few tracks, and Hammond organ in this one.
Yeah,
and it was just a powerful beast. It was really, really cool. Yeah. And actually, Pete's hands came in over the top to get that layered effect as well. So.
Yeah, it's kind of an underrated instrument, isn't it?
I had to leave the room.
Did you have the pedals? Did you get the pedals going?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And we had the big rotating Leslie speaker. Yeah.
Of course, a couple of weeks ago, the sad passing of the Doors keyboardist, of course, his name escapes me.
Ray
Manzarek or something.
And of course, the thing with the Doors is they never had a bass player.
Manzarek.
They only ever played the keys.
And they really made that organ sound, that synth sound, organ synth kind of thing, so famous. It's so cool.
He's an amazing player,
Yeah.
And that's what gave them that unique sound, wasn't it? No bass, and all the bass notes are being played on the keys and such. So
That's right.
All right. Without further ado, here is Penny Ride Shotgun and Nothing But You. 101.5 FM. Tracy and the Big D, and a cast of thousands here on a Thursday night. Just about wrapping it up. We've had our very special guest in for the first hour. Well, she was running late, so we thought we better make her work for her living for being here, and of course that's Victoria Edwards, and Victoria has been gracious enough to stick around for the second hour and be right involved in the interview here with the boys from some of the boys from Penny Ride Shotgun.
Actually, I think that they've been really gracious, because I'm kind of popping in on your interview, and I really appreciate it. So thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
But they're all married men. They know not to argue.
Oh, well, I'm married too, so it's all good. Hey, I love that little bit of tambourine at the end there. People, that's also another underrated instrument, the tambourine.
Oh,
and the triangle.
Oh, love a good triangle.
Of course, the tambourine's been making the Salvation Army move forward for years, hasn't it?
That's right.
Hey,
I'm watching that old guy. As soon as he steps away,
I reckon the
I'm in
Salvos
there.
have got nothing on me. You got good tambourine. When I used to play in a rock band, I'd play tambourine, and I would come home at night time and I'd have a bruise down my side, and it was it was shocking. What was that, Troy?
I said, I'm feeling your pain.
He wears a cricket thigh pad now. Looks a bit weird, but he...
That's a little bit bulky under my outfits, but
When Tracy was in a band, she had the egg, the little egg and she ended up with calluses on her hand.
Wasn't that bad.
Anyway,
But I can tell you, I don't play any, so I'll play the guitar. But in the band, I thought I'll play the egg, and then we played that one song. What's the song now? Clowns and Stuck in the Middle with You, and I actually played keys on that, and I got one honk out on the trumpet. So there you go, or saxophone. So there you go.
Jack of all.
That's pretty impressive.
Multi-talented. Speaking of multi-talented, it's been fantastic to have all you guys in. Victoria Edwards, fantastic for coming in. Thanks for sticking around and having a great time with us. Happy birthday for Sunday.
Thank you. Have we got time for the boys to sing you happy birthday?
Absolutely. Ready?
Happy birthday. Go for it, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday for Sunday. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Oh, thank you so much. That was so heartfelt. I feel it.
They've nearly eaten all your macaroons.
Good. That's all right.
We'll catch up very shortly with everyone again. Now, this Saturday night, of course, this show wouldn't be possible without our great sponsor, the Biwa Hotel, just 20 minutes up the road here from Caboolture. They're one of the venues that are putting on live country music around here. And this Saturday night, Celine McAllister, a finalist also in
Toyota Star Maker. She's
this
fantastic.
year. Yeah,
she's really great.
And she's going to be up there live with her band this Saturday night. Free entertainment right here, just up the road from the Moreton Bay region, 25 minutes up the road from Caboolture. Celine McAllister. We're going to go out with her new single, I Would Have Lived Like That. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.